Welcome back to Making It with Mingle. Today we're on day 17. That means it's St. Patrick's Day. And I do love St. Patrick's Day. I do have Irish heredity, so it's kind of cool to know these things and to be able to celebrate. I had a pocket made on this particular page, but it's not wide enough for some of the things I wanted to put in the pocket. So I'm trying to get it adapted to where I have just the right amount glued down and I do not mess it up. And so far, that's been a little bit of a task here. If I can't get it this time, we may just say, okay, this is not working. What can we do next? Sometimes your plans just don't work out like you think they will. Wipe that glue off. Yes, I did just use my finger. Alright. Let's see if we can get this to hold on really nice and tight for us, with the use of a good old clothespin. Cheap and easy. Alright, now that's looking a little bit better. I had used some white poster board that we had cut up for something, and I was working on my gel plate and I was just picking stuff up, but this is out of a group of stencils by PM Artist Studio that Carrie the Crafter designed, and I thought since it had the squares on it that it kind of matched up with the page over here. And there's our number hiding out here. So we're going to see if this is sticking. Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you very much, very much. That means that the Irish blessings, instead of quotes today, that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with these Irish blessings. And that's not secure down here at the bottom, so let's see if we can't put some pressure on it. I do want to add, I've got this napkin that has these beautiful flowers on it, and I kind of want to add it to complement what's already going on the page. So I'm going to actually cut it down a little bit, because I think that writing is going to be way too much, too over the top, and I don't want to lose all the design on the pocket. So we'll just try to see what we can do with cutting it and kind of faking it. We're going to fake it. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that better. And those colors are going to blend extremely well. And this piece I can save. And I think I'm going to put one over here as well to carry the theme over on this page, since that has the orange. You know I love orange. So we're going to use, to put that down with, we're going to just use some Liquitex acrylic medium, matte medium. And I am just going to dribble it on my brush and go from there, because it really isn't going to take a whole lot. Oh, so much for the brush, right? No worries. We've had storm fronts come through here today. I'm filming this on the 16th, and we were under severe weather watch starting last night. You know, they were alerting that there was going to be this awful storm that rolled through, and we got so lucky. I know some people weren't quite as lucky, and people had power outages and damage, so just say a prayer for our fellow human beings, that they'll get the help they need in their areas, because there has been a lot of devastation. It's going to be extremely cold over the next couple of days. So let's just say a prayer for our fellow human beings, that God watches over them, keeps them safe. You can replace houses, cars, things you can replace, but you can't replace those people. All right, now that's what I'm talking about. I like it. And the owl that's on here is actually from a Trader Joe's newsletter. And while I've got this out, I'll go ahead and put my number on here, the number 17. Now, it won't take this very long to dry. And while it's drying, I think I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So let me grab my stamp pad. I've got the stamps already pulled out. I've got the one that I really thought about were the swirly ones. I thought that those would show up nicely. I did also pull out some little flowers, and I think I got a butterfly that I may or may not use. So we'll see how it works out for us. We're going to get the Monster Pad out. This is Ranger Archival ink, and it's just the jet black, because that's what I have. And let's peel these back. And I think I will take, I'm just going to take this one off for right now. I think I am, anyway. Oh, they're hanging on for dear life. Come to me, baby. Come on off. I don't know about you, but sometimes these things are just so fiddly. I've been on that thing for a lifetime. Come off. I have used it. I may not have put it on a block. I'm thinking, maybe I did not put it on a block. Well, this is not starting like I wanted it to. Fiddlesticks. Okay, what can I use that will not tear them up, but will pull them off? That's a good question. All right. We may be moving to Plan B. Oh, there we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, Lord have mercy. I cannot believe how hard this is to get off. I've never experienced this before. They usually just fall off. Good grief. It really likes that paper it's attached to. That was, whew. That was a workout. Watch it not want to stay on here. That would probably be my luck. Alright, let's get it nice and juicy, and we're going to just plop it down a little randomly. kind of want some on the bottom or the edge of the page, but I don't want to make a mess on the next page. So let's see if we can kind of play with it a little bit here and get that texture on there. Not bad, not bad. Reverse it. There we go. Nice. Okay, that was worth it. That was worth it. While I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp some of these little papers that I did. Because, you know, I might not get it off there again. The way it went. Now, I don't know how I'll use these. These were just, like I said, this is poster board. We actually used this poster board when we were insulating the back of my car. I drive a RAV4, and it has terrible road noise. And we bought this insulation off of Amazon, and we had to take all the insides out of the trunk. We had to disassemble to put this stuff in there, and we had to take and make patterns for where these things were going to go. So the material that we were using was it looked like bubble wrap in a way. It had bubbles, but it was a metal. It was just odd. And you had to cut it with really like industrial scissors. You couldn't just cut it. You couldn't cut it with a box cutter. And the only thing that we had that would cut it well was Bill had some scissors, industrial scissors, in his toolbox, and that's what cut it the best. So we used these poster boards, and when we were done, he said, well, we'll throw these away. And I said, no, let me have them. I will take them upstairs because I think I might be able to use them in some projects. So I brought them up, and I cut a lot of circles out, you know, of the odd-shaped pieces. But the ones that were left, they were squares and things like that. I just took them and put them in a box, and I started grabbing them. Last week, when I was playing on my gel plate, I started grabbing them and using them to do pickups on my gel plate. So it's just very random. It was stuff that was left on the plate, and I was just having fun. And that's one thing about a gel plate. You can have some fun with a gel plate. Whether you're good at it or not, you can just sit there and add paint and pick up, and, you know, things get left behind, and you can come back and use something else and scoop it up, and it still comes out. I mean, it's fun to see what you create, you know, just being random. Switch that and let's put a flower on here. That did not stamp fully, but I think it'll be okay. Take this off. We'll put one right here. And I think that's enough. I don't want to do too many and make it look bad. So we're going to stop right there. And this is almost dry, but here are the blessings that I've got to put in here. These are some that I had saved in my Pinterest under blessings. It says, may you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. And I am going to round these corners on this one. And that will be going in the pocket here. May you have warm words on a cold evening, a full moon on a dark night, and a smooth road all the way to your door. Just think about if everybody could say that to somebody when they're leaving their home, how much happier people would be. Just kind words. And these were made with some of my pickups with the brayer off, left over after I did a pull. Okay. I put a gusset on here. Am I catching on the gusset? Here's another one. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more, and nothing but happiness come through your door. This is a Irish family blessing. Love connects us, faith directs us, and God protects us. This is the one that caused me to have to make that pocket so that it would fit. And I could have probably done it differently and it would have been okay. But that's our day 17 out of 100. So we'll see you on the next day. Until then, be well, my friends. Bye-bye.